Countermeasures for Countermeasures, an AI-developed video game cheat, could counter Russian anti-drone jammers. In 1 week in the autumn of 2023, Russia lost 75 tanks and 101 artillery guns to Ukrainian first-person view, or FPV, drones. Ukraine is expected to build between 1 to 2 million drones in just 2024 alone. However, anti-drone jamming being used by the Russians have become more effective by the day in protecting their tanks and other combat vehicles. These jammers interfere with the signal to the pilot so they can't steer to the target. Ukraine has discovered that the Russian jammers have been working, and they must spend considerable resources to attempt to take out a node to weaken their effectiveness if the jammers are spread across a convoy. Guy Kramer is the president and CEO of Hyperstealth Biotechnology Corporation. He is also an inventor who has 41 patents granted in the field of physics, containing 752 claims. He has spent 22 years developing camouflage patterns for over 50 countries and is considered one of the top experts in camouflage, concealment, and deception. Guy is essentially a problem solver. One of Guy's hobbies is playing the video game Call of Duty. Some of his camouflage patterns are used with Hyperstealth's permission in the games. Cheating within the game has become epidemic, and anti-cheating software has greater difficulty controlling it. As Guy grew frustrated with the seemingly endless matches of apparent too-good-to-be-true kills by opposing players who seemed to always know where he was, he investigated the problem to see how widespread it had become. In one recent investigation posted on YouTube, an anonymous hacker who used cheats estimated that between 50% to 70% of the top 250 players are cheating. But what grabbed Guy's attention was a 17-year-old coder who used artificial intelligence-powered game cheats he developed to find targets on the screen and automatically move his view onto the target. This cheat could only see what the player could see, so it didn't interfere with the actual code of the game. He did this on his own computer, simulating a second mouse which the anti-cheats could not detect. Rather than saving the screen recording to a file, it sends to an object detection AI. The AI then moves the mouse to the detected object. Guy realized that this object detection AI game cheat could easily be placed into the FPV drones, which already have the video recording software integrated. So when the signal is jammed to the pilot, the AI could then pilot the drone directly to the target. Part of the object detection AI appears to spot any movement that is not consistent with the background. This is fundamental with static camouflage and is taught to snipers and soldiers alike, as your movement is likely to be spotted by the enemy, giving away your position. This AI game cheat software could fundamentally change the requirements for highly skilled FPV drone pilots and be used to increase targeting accuracy even without being jammed. Guy's idea of combining this object detection AI game cheat into FPV drones was just a matter of time before someone else figured out the same thing. But his unique perspective based off his decades of experience also has a solution to counter being targeted by the drones in the first place. His patented light-bending material, which has been issued in China, South Africa, Israel, the Philippines, and Mexico, can make a target undetectable to the visible, ultraviolet, near-infrared, and shortwave infrared spectrums, but also block the thermal spectrum and laser detection. Even movement behind the material can be hidden, countering the biggest challenge to concealment. Mobile systems can also be arranged to move with the asset, making recognition and identification of the target nearly impossible. Will there be a countermeasure to Guy's light-bending material? Given that it functions across so many fundamental spectrums, it remains to be seen, no pun intended, whether there is or will be a successful countermeasure. Guy doesn't cheat in video games, but in the real world of combat and survivability, he has a different view. As the saying goes, all is fair in love and war.